What's up, everybody? My name is KSaun. Welcome back to the WDL, week 1. If you don't know what I just said, let me break it down for you as simply as I can. This is our War of Divisions Draft League. That is what WDL stands for. And it is essentially, at least this season, a 20-player or 20-team league where different people draft different units from War Divisions to be on their team, and then use those units in a PvP format to compete against other players throughout the season. Our league has expanded to 20 players instead of 10 from last season, so in order to kind of help that shift, we split the league into 2 divisions. As you can see here, this is our Rundall division today. That is what this video will be on, and tomorrow will be on the Unhindered division. Each division has 10 teams, and they each have their own separate snake draft. So each division had a 10-round snake draft where every single team, all 10 teams, drafted 10 units. These units had to be of specific tiers and costs and things like that. You guys don't need to know all of that. All you really need to know is that everybody has a different team. Everybody has different units, so you won't see mirror matches in the league, which will be really, really cool. You're going to see a lot of niche units come up throughout the league, you know, from Balo to Surgis to Adelard to who knows what you're going to see. So you're going to see some cool stuff that you probably don't see all the time in PvP. The biggest thing to know is that there is a 220 cost limit per team. So you cannot just use like 3 URs that you have on your team. You may have 3 100 cost units, but you can't throw them all together. It's got to fit under 220 cost, and we use a modified cost system. So some of the values that you will see on these units do not match perfectly to what they are in the game. That is intended to try and help balance things out and stuff like that and make the matches more competitive. So I think it should be an absolute blast. Season 1 was so fun. If you haven't watched that already, I highly encourage you to go watch that first because there might be some spoilers in this video as to who won last season. But yeah, I'm really excited. Season 1 was amazing. I'm excited to get into Season 2. I can't wait any longer, so let's just jump into it. All right, guys, week 1, matchup number 1. We've got the Shoopufs Sweetheart on the left, coached by MaechenX of the Guild Lucis, versus the Supperenes here on the right, coached by SurfTaco, our grand champion of Season 1 of the Guild Ohana. I think this should be a banger matchup. First of all, MaechenX was a very good player last season. He ended up number 4 overall in the regular season standings, and I believe the playoff standings as well. And like I said, SurfTaco won the whole thing last season. So I figured, let's do him the honor. Let's get him to be in our very first match of the Season 2. Should be entertaining. So MaechenX on the left side here. Things I just want to point out real quick. He has Aloha, which is kind of like an upgraded version of Eliza, one unit he used a ton last season. Also has that Curry that he had last season. Curry put in a ton of work for him. Frostbite is just such a amazing ability to have. The fact that he can run something like Elia Curry Ravies is really strong. He also can run something like Elia Snow Uni, which I could see putting in a ton of work this season. On the right here for SurfTaco and the Supperenes, he's obviously got Perrine, part of his team name here. He loves his waifus. He's got 10 females on his team here. Props to him for keeping with the theme. That's all I can say here. I'm excited to see Perrine. I hope to see some Aerith. I think Halloween Lucia is insane. Even at a modified 90 cost, I think she's just so strong. I'm excited to see what these guys throw out for this first matchup, and let's just get into it. Okay, guys, Season 2 of the WDL Rundall Division. This is our very first match of the entire season. We've got SurfTaco rocking the SR Little Leela with 4,000 magic, and MaechenX has Uni in the front slot with 4,000 attack. I'm excited to see what Uni can do. We saw a little bit of Little Leela last season, but we did not see Uni. Interesting to note, Elia is level 119 I just saw for MaechenX. So I wonder if he like just leveled her. I figured he probably had her max, but he must have just probably poured shards into her just after drafting her. So maybe he hasn't used her a ton. Reprieve coming out from Snow, so he's going to pop the Courage, and somewhere else he's basically just going to go say, hey, you can do it, I can do it too. Gets her Courage online, Spell of Fortification comes up, such a nice buff, area attack resist, and then she also gets that just like giant health shield. It's kind of an insane buff. Uni's going to pop Bells, so should have plenty of AP for this fight. Curious to see if he can actually get like a decent amount of damage off. I don't know enough about Uni other than his range is absolutely bananas. And Summer Elsie to this point should be pretty tanky. Honestly, like her and Halloween Lucia, I would think would be very tanky versus physical up to this point.
Prepare yourself.
So what is Snow going to do here? He's going to go close call, strike attack up, air attack resist up, gets that self heal. So if he gets low, he should basically crank his HP way back up. Really, really hard to deal with because he's basically a unit that has like 17, 18,000 HP because of that heal. Unless you healing power down, of course. And Uni, what do you got for us? Let's see it. Punishing slow arrow, 2,500. I mean, that was against another SR unit, but it's not bad.
I never missed.
That's better, though. 6k damage takes out the little Leela. It's now a 3v2 in MaechenX's favor. However, the 2 power picks are up. What is Halloween Lucia going to do? Is she going to try and turn him into a toad? Smite 2 coming up. Not enough damage to get through that shield. Again, 7,500 is just so insane. Pops the flare. With the Black Mage upgrades, flare now being a barrier break too is really, really nice. And Summer Elsie, she's going to pop the limit break. Dreamy Typhoon, she's going to go to sleep on all of these fools and do a ton of damage. I say all of them, I think it's just on Snow. Yeah, 4,000 damage. However, gets the heal and crucially does not pop the courage. He still has courage online. Rending Tri-Shot, not an insane amount of damage, but respectable. Uni just sitting in the back though, looking for his MVP moment. 3,000. The one thing is getting that missile chain up with Aloha is actually pretty nice because even a unit like Uni could now actually do respectable damage because of that chain. So Halloween Lucia, no AoE, just goes for the flare. Should do a ton of damage though. 6,800. He still has courage online though. This is going to look rough for SurfTaco. He's still got to get one more hit to get rid of the tank, and Alaya is sitting there back with full health yet. Summer Elsie goes down. It is now a 3v1. Halloween Lucia is a really good unit, so if somebody could do it, it'd be her. If she could take out both Snow and Uni here. However, Snow moves out of the way. What is she channeling here? She goes for the drain. Interesting. She had full health, so that didn't really matter. At least I think she had full health. She takes out the SR unit. Poor Uni, who's just looking for his chance to shine. And Snow just going to go for the auto attack. Will she drain again? That's my question, because if she drains, I think she has a chance to win this. She won't. She's just going to auto attack because she can take him out with that. Honestly, if she was smart enough to realize that she could drain Snow, she might have had a better chance here. I imagine this eraser takes her out. It does. MaechenX is going to pick up the first match win. This is a best of 3, however. So SurfTaco has a chance to come back. Fun fact, Season 1, the very first match these two guys played was against each other. MaechenX won the very first one, and then SurfTaco won match 2 and match 3. So will this be a repeat of Season 1? Will SurfTaco come and get like a reverse sweep? Or will Machen get his revenge? I don't know. It should be interesting. So let's go ahead and check out match 2. All right, matchup number 2. We've got the same 2 starting units. MaechenX still rocking Uni. SurfTaco still rocking Little Leela. With that same magic attack stat, I'm thinking that SurfTaco probably didn't change his team comp. A lot of times when we see this, you know, it could be for one of 2 things. One, you either think the person is going to switch their comp, so you just stick with what you have, or you could just change like initial positioning and like buff rotation and stuff like that. And sometimes that can be enough to swing it in your favor.
I shall help you sleep forever.
Fine, I'll give you the fight.
So I think this is a slightly different starting position. First of all, the camera is flipped from last time, I believe. Yeah, because MaechenX was on the other side last time. So I'm trying to remember if this is the exact same starting position. I don't think it is. I think they started off... I think SurfTaco started on the side rather than the middle last time. But let's see. So Tidal Calling. The unit attack resist up is nice on the party. The water attack obviously is only going to benefit her, but still a nice AoE buff for the team. And she's going to get that courage online. Summer Elsie is pretty, like, tanky, though. She took that damage fairly well last time. Haste nullified. I don't think anybody was hasted, but gets that massive AoE. Uni has so much range. However, I will say, even though Uni didn't do a ton last time, he got to pop bells last time. This time he didn't. He walked up and AoE'd right away. I'm not sure that that will help MaechenX, because he's going to need AP, and he's going to be in range to attack the whole time, so... Snow going up, popping his Smite 2. Sharpshoot comes out. Same as last time. Little Leela goes down very, very early. However, like I said, slightly more in SurfTaco's favor here. I will note, Snow on MaechenX's side did not get his buff off that gets his health way back up on the recovery. He only has courage, so now he is one hit away from death. This is looking much, much better for SurfTaco than last time. Shadowbind comes out, 767 damage. Uni is completely out of AP at this point. Rending Tri-Shot. So Barrier Breaker is really nice. Does a decent amount of damage. I say decent, honestly, it wasn't that much. It's like a third of her health. Can Snow do anything before he goes bye-bye? 1393 is not a ton. I imagine she will just paper cut him with her book. Yes, she does. And should walk forward. Halloween Lucia goes next. Will she go for the Toad? What is she going to go for? Oh, no. Gets the reflex. However, crucially, that was an AoE, and the person who didn't reflex was Aloha. Aloha, as much as I love to see Uni, is the main threat here. So the fact that only Uni reflexed it is pretty big. Can Summer Elsie walk up and get a kill on Aloha here? That'd be huge. She doesn't go for it. She goes Devitalizing Glint on Uni. So this is technically still... Lucia goes next. I imagine she probably just takes her out. Oh my god.
Nice try.
Another reflex. Well, I will say SurfTaco got a lot of counters in the playoffs last season. Maybe his luck is coming back to bite him a little bit. Who goes next? Aloha goes next. Oh, she's going to pop the Limit Break. Is this Limit Break going to kill? This animation is absolutely sick. Says fire the cannons on him. That is a lot of damage. Halloween Lucia dies, and oh my gosh, our grand champion goes down 2-0 in the first week of season 2 to a reflex. You hate to see it. But like I said, he got some pressing advantages last season that probably his opponents didn't love either. So, you know, it's just part of the game, unfortunately. That's why you build reaction block rate for your allies, and that's why I drafted Little Leela the Bolt for that reaction block rate. So no, seriously though, GG's to MaechenX and SurfTaco. Congrats on the 2-0 win for MaechenX, and let's go ahead and check out the next set. All right, guys, the set number 2 here is going to be Unhindered of the Storm Reborn versus AllSmokedUp of Gumi Gods. Unhindered was a player in our season last year. AllSmokedUp is the first featured new player that we have here coming to the tournament. So excited that we've got some new blood in this season. I'm really encouraged and excited to see how they do. Should be cool to watch. So first, just to take a quick look at the teams, Unhindered doing a somewhat similar theme to what he did the first season. However, the adjustment is that he also has some lightning to add to his team. Last season, he just did wind and fire. He added lightning, so now he kind of has that full like worm triangle that I've talked about before. Basically counters your counter elements, so he kind of has that going for him. On the other side, Gumi Gods has a lot of power in the light element and also some pretty nice water tech as well with Astrius, Chunok, Raychez, and obviously Sylvie, Locke, Sakura are all absolute beasts. I know Turambar thinks Camilo is a trash unit, but I think the rest of his team is pretty darn good. And I will say Slime, even at our adjusted 50 cost, I think he could be a potential power pick. I would not be surprised at all to see him come out. Let's go ahead and check this match out. All right, guys, so matchup number 1 between Unhindered and AllSmokedUp, and I do apologize to the players if these matches are somehow out of order. It wasn't super clearly labeled as to what the order of the matches was, so I'm assuming this is match number 1, but I don't actually know. So Unhindered, like I said, did not have any lightning last time, brings out the Esther in match 1, who can be a very powerful unit, and AllSmokedUp going with the light comp, Locke, Sakura, Slime. And as I said before, Slime is actually upped all the way to 50 cost. Obviously, he's way too broken for 20 cost, but even at 50, he should be pretty damn strong. I'm curious to see what we've got here, though. But Halloween, Little Leela, Sosha, and Esther seems like a pretty decent comp as well. Biggest question for me here, do they have accuracy? Because they're going up against Locke. Locke can be very dodgy. So does he have the accuracy built up? Esther can be a fairly accurate unit if you invest in it. Boon of the Phoenix, AP Auto Restore, Re-Raise. This is Locke's bread and butter. Thunder's Protection, a really nice tech actually here too. Just because of the lightning damage from Esther, they build up some lightning resist. Slime known for having absolutely ridiculous slash resistance. However, Esther probably does have a good amount of penetration. I didn't see a dodge. I don't think he dodged this. Animal Pumpkin comes out. I lied. That was dodged. I didn't see a dodge, but apparently he did dodge it. But the fact that she at least went for it means the evasion isn't so crazy that at least they have a chance to hit. So that's a good sign. But oh my goodness, Eternal Pain, Sakura, you are a monster. And Esther gets absolutely clapped. She is very weak to magic. And this is looking very, very one-sided early. A fantastic start for AllSmokedUp. Sosha, you got your work cut out for you, honey. Actually lands the damage, though. So must have had a decent amount of accuracy invested, I would think. And unfortunately, AllSmokedUp's going to pick up the early victory in match 1 here, or at least what I think is match 1. However, Sosha putting up 5,400. Can we get a shout out to that? That's a 40 cost unit in game. That's pretty nuts. But yeah, GG. Congrats to AllSmokedUp on that first match. Hopefully, Unhindered has some sort of answer for this comp, and we'll see what he changes up for in match number 2. So match number 2 here, AllSmokedUp featuring the Prince Mont and Unhindered with More the Merrier. So Unhindered switches up the comp to try and combat whatever team he thought he was going to see. AllSmokedUp calls that and apparently changes his comp as well, as we get just a very brief loading time here. So we've got Unhindered going much more heavily into wind. Okay, he clicked auto. We're good. Just wanted to make sure that this battle was going to be on auto. And now manual. We're good. We're good. So the water comp coming out from AllSmokedUp while wind coming out from Unhindered should be an interesting matchup. Should be much different from last time. Aurora Blessings, this is a nice tech, but unfortunately he's not running the light anymore. So it won't have nearly as big of a difference. But Rain getting the hate. Haunting Blade not doing a lot. So Rain at least doing a nice job against Prince Mont. And the Keen Blade is a nice tech. Would have been nice if you could somehow get all 3 together. But Sasha's a pretty slow unit, probably at an SR cost. So at least you're getting the damage beast of More the Merrier to get that CT up. Chunok is a very evasive unit as well, though, just like Locke. So I'm curious to see what kind of accuracy Unhindered has. Sasha should be targeting the tank, Prince Mon here. And Rain should be able to reach as well. So he's going to go for the Limit Break, Shining Nova. This should be a double hit chain. Did about 4,100. Not bad considering that Rain is a tank himself. And Mon's getting pretty chunked. Goes for the Stone Throw Mastery. He is silenced, but he's not a spellcaster, so it doesn't really matter. Unhindered's just going to drain Evocation with his More the Merrier, and it is now a 3v2. So looking at least a little better for Unhindered than last time. Does get a reflex on the Sasha. That could be huge. I don't know if Sasha would have died in one hit, but I think there's a decent chance. So the fact that she lives, and crucially, More the Merrier has re-raise. So still a 3v2 here. Can they chain up right in a row? They got 3 people right in a row. If they can take out one of these units. So Sasha's going to jump for Rachez. Will they all go for the same person is the question. Wow, that's not good. More the Merrier missed. Rain actually didn't attack anyone, which means he has a 0% chance of hitting. I'm shocked that he couldn't have moved in it, even hit Rachez. She must have pretty decent evasion as well. All right, Silencing Jump comes through. A good amount of damage on Rachez, but the triple Reeve comes through. And yeah, he double kills just like that. Just like that, it's looking very, very difficult for Sosha. Rachez is going to damage Capper. And one thing I will say, very, very cool to see Chunok and Rachez come out. Unfortunate for Unhindered that he couldn't pick up a win in that series. However, Chunok and Rachez, both brand new units to the league. Same with Slime. So we saw like 3 brand new units from his side, and we also saw More the Merrier for the first time. So yeah, four brand new units that we didn't get to see before. So that's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing more of them throughout the season. Congrats to AllSmokedUp getting his first win of the WDL. Cool to see some new blood in here. And let's go ahead and check out the next series that will feature my team and another new player that we have, Willy Goats. All right, guys, I hope this webcam moving around isn't too distracting. First thing I want to say is that last season I had a different matchup preview screen than what I have for this season. I don't know how I did this, but I somehow accidentally deleted the Photoshop file and I didn't have anything to edit. So I basically just made up a brand new one. I hope you guys like it. I tried to make it somewhat visually appealing. And obviously a lot of these numbers, they will make more sense as we go along, but it's basically, this is the cost of the unit. It's going to be win-loss, and then this will be your KDA stats. Just a little easier breakdown of those numbers, and hopefully just more appealing to look at. If you guys don't like it as much, I do apologize, but like I said, I lost that original file, which did suck. So I took a good chunk of time to try and make all of these fresh. But yeah, I think they turned out all right. So anyway, I hope you guys like these. And with my face being in the middle of the screen, it's just, I think it's easier to look at the teams versus each other on left and right rather than like the up and down format. So that's why they look like this at the moment. And that's why my face will be in the middle unless I'm casting the matches. That being said, let's look at this matchup. So first of all, on the right side of the screen, we have my team, the Demon Detectives. A lot more heavy into the dark side of things this season than Lightning. I do have Lightning the unit, and I also have Ibarra, so I have that angle. And looking on the left side of the screen, we have Willie Goats. He loves his FFT characters, and he also loves Dark. So this team is absolutely right up his alley. Huge shout out to him. He is an absolutely awesome guy. Voice chatted with him this week during our matches. Just a really cool person. I found out that he lives 1 hour away from me, which is just absolutely insane to me. But anyway, it was really cool chatting with him, and I think we have a really good series, so I'm excited to show you guys the matches. That being said, for my strategy, what I decided I wanted to try and do, at least for match 1, was I was going to go not 100% fully into evade, but a fairly heavy evasion angle with Little Leela, Shadowlynx, and Moraga. My thought process was Moraga should be able to at least take a few hits. His entire team is physical, other than like Ramza Limit Break and Dark Fina. So my thought was like, hey, Moraga can be a fairly decent physical tank, should be able to absorb 3 to 4 hits. And if Little Leela and Shadowlynx can dodge a couple hits, which he doesn't have a ton of 100% hits on his team, I thought that would bring me to success. So we'll see if it actually works out the way I wanted it to. But that was my thought process going into it. And let's get into the match. All right, guys, matchup number 1, as you can see, I'm featuring that Little Leela the Bold that I said I wanted to take, and he is bringing the Knight of Ruinstern. So immediately when I saw that, I thought he might be going evasion himself with Ketone, and then I saw this, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. I'm not sure what to expect. So he pops the Mustadio and the Delita, and immediately I see that he gets an AoE accuracy buff against my evasion team. So I am immediately concerned about whether or not I will evade any hits at all. I pop the illusion buff on my team, get Little Leela's secret training or whatever it's called for that slash attack piercing rate buff. More importantly, getting the heal back for her, I think is the biggest thing. And I wanted to make sure that Moraga got Keen Blade off, so I get CT up and slash attack up. Now Runestern's going to go pop illusion himself, and I realize this is another evasion team, but also with accuracy. And oh, by the way, he did the agility and luck buff, which I did not do. And I'm immediately concerned because I'm thinking he might be more evasive than me, and I could have problems hitting him. So let's see how it actually plays out. I get the zombie re-raise off on Shadowlynx. My thought is, hey, they will have to at least get 2 hits on me to kill me no matter what. And I get the courage on Little Leela for the exact same reason. With the heal up, she should live a couple hits. So I've got 2 courages and a re-raise, and he's got the evasion advantage due to the TMRs. So let's see how it plays out. Mustadio is going to go up here. Quick shot, gets the triple chain. Not a ton of damage. However, Moraga has a 3-hit physical barrier, starts with it in the middle of the fight. That barrier is now gone. Congo is going to come out. 4597 is more damage than I like to see. So I pop the reaction. I probably should have been running Paladin's Guard, to be honest. Cleansing Strike comes out and pops the courage. So Moraga mostly does his job here, takes a full rotation of attacks, but he has only 1 health left. Shadow Tether comes out, and I miss the Delita. Delita is evasive enough that my Shadowlynx missed. I didn't put accuracy runes on her, I just had my evasion stuff, and apparently she could not hit the Delita, which is concerning. So, Moraga goes down. It is now a 2v3. And he has the CT advantage. He's got a full turn rotation of everybody before I go. Mighty Break comes out. I do absorb this damage better than I wanted, though, or better than I thought. 4,000 damage, crush success rate plus. And little did I know that Delita has re-raise remove in his kit. I had no idea this. I should have done my research better. And now it is a 1v3, and Little Leela is up against it. She is a fantastic unit, but she's got her work cut out for her. Delightful Destruction comes out. She deletes the Mustadio, though, so now at least it is a 2v1, and I'm thinking, hey, maybe I at least have a little bit of a chance. Ruinstern, crucially, does not have AP, which is good and bad for me because he couldn't do damage, but that means they get a refresh on the illusion buff. Treacherous Hunter's Fortune comes out too, so for the same reason, Little Leela is an accurate unit, but I haven't super invested in accuracy. Can I hit them? Yes and no. I kill the Delita. It is now a 1v1, but I missed Ruinstern, and he still has 100% shield left. So now it's 1v1. the battle of the 100 cost dark units. Who wins this battle? Unhindered versus Little Leela. I have the AP advantage, but he has the 100% shield. Delightful Destruction, defense down. I get the hit though. The barrier's gone. And so he's going to hit me. So the biggest thing is for me, I think if I hit him one more time, I should be able to pick up the win because he doesn't have his barrier anymore. Unhindered's going to go again. Swift Slash gets the agility up, and I need to hit him at this point. Little Leela's Secret Slash, 84.97. Get the kill. And yeah, my first overall pick, thankfully, Little Leela the Bold, hard carried me in this one. Hats off to you, Willie. GG's, man. I kind of thought that he might run evasion, but I sure as hell didn't expect an evasion Delita and Mustadio build. And the fact that Delita dodged my Shadow Link's attack, I was stunned. I was running this comp in arena versus like evasion, like Elena and stuff, and I was hitting them like somewhat reliably. So the fact that he dodged it, I just couldn't believe it. But GG's. From match 2, I decided, hey, I'm probably just going to stick with the same strategy and just see what he comes up with to counter it. So let's hop into match 2 and see what he brought for me. All right, so match number 2, I have the exact same team. I led Moraga as my front unit just to maybe throw him off, make him think that maybe I brought something else, but none of my stats changed, so it's probably pretty straightforward that I brought the same thing. I do see the Balo as the front unit, and I see the Joker and Runestern. Joker was a unit that I thought for sure I would see at some point in the series. I kind of thought I would see Joker and Darkfina, but either way, it looks like he's still going to get some evasion online here. So Joker's going to have his 3-time shield and protect on the team. That just makes them a lot bulkier. And obviously, like I said, I'm doing the same strategy, but I moved my team to the middle just to hopefully throw him off a little bit rather than be in the exact same spot as the first time. My early turn rotation will still be the exact same, except it's going to be more to the left of the map than it was last time. So Balo's going to pop Immortal Spirit. He's rocking about 8,000 HP. And I'm kind of expecting him to run hate on Balo. He doesn't have any starting hate, but he can get pretty bulky for what is in our league only a 30 cost unit. So at this point, I'm pretty happy that all of my buff rotation goes off as I planned. Everybody got their 2 buffs that I was trying to get. And the one thing that I'm happy to see is that he doesn't have re-raise move on Delita. So I know that Shadow Links will actually be re-raised if she dies. So Joker's going to pop the Limit Break. I'm happy to see that this goes on Moraga, and I'm hoping to see him tank it up. 32-42, I'm fairly happy with that. He's taken 2 pretty big hits already, and he still hasn't procced Courage. I get the blind on Balo, so now at this point I'm thinking I will probably dodge whatever he throws at me. He's got his Courage online, and Moraga should be able to take him out at this point. Sorcery Shear goes. He does miss the Runestern. This doesn't shock me. Like I said, Runestern popped Illusion already, and Moraga was just basically here just to soak damage. Like, he wasn't really meant to do damage in this comp. And the fact that Joker is using his ambush technique, which I believe has a percentage up to hit, I'm glad that he's having to use that even on Moraga. That tells me that's a good sign that he will have to use that skill to hit my evasion units. And so even though he's connecting, he's not using his really, really strong skills to hit me, which is huge for me. So Little Leela Bolt, Delightful Destruction is going to take out the Joker, and at this point, I feel pretty good about my chances, as I saw Little Leela 3v1 with Runestern being in the fight last time, so I'm thinking the 2v1 in my favor should be good as long as I can make contact with him, and I don't miss a ton of times in a row. I do make contact here. He gets the reaction rate up of evasion up. I start to get slightly nervous because of that, but I'm like, hey, Little Leela Bold is an insanely accurate unit. Delightful Destruction comes out. And GG's to Willie. I end up picking up the 2-0 win. As much as I like 3-game series, if I'm the one who wins, I don't mind super that it's 2-0. But hey, what are you going to do? Anyway, Willie is a really, really awesome guy. Like I said, I had a lot of fun voice chatting with him and playing him this week. I'm looking forward to my next matchup next week against Cop. I will probably get clapped, but you never know. We'll see what happens. So speaking of Cop, let's get into his series versus another one of our tournament favorites, Sandrooster. And let's preview that matchup. All right, guys, we have 5 best of 3s this week. This is matchup number 4. Unfortunately, to this point, we've had 3 2-0s. We haven't had any game 3, so I'm hoping to get a game 3 in this series here. We've got Bearhemian Rhapsody coached by Sandrooster versus the Gnostics coached by Coppola. If you don't know who Coppola is, he's basically like the best Friday Night Fights player that there is an Orange Ace channel. If you don't know what Orange Ace Friday Nights Fights is, I'm shocked that you don't know what that is, but you should go check it out because it's really, really entertaining content. So anyway, diving into these matchups, Sandrooster, very, very heavy on the 100 cost units. He grabbed Zazan as his first overall pick so that he could have some flexibility in throwing 2 100 costs together. So just some combos that I think could work well for him. Jaden and Summer Jaden, obviously as like a double missile comp. Summer Jaden and Summer Helena can work because they can both really benefit off that Dark Ramu card. I will say in this matchup, Mashri, Queen of Horn, I could see coming out versus these Kahal and Cloud as a potential counter there. In terms of Cop's team with the Gnostics, Naya, I expect to see like almost guaranteed. I think the only time he wouldn't do that is if he's running Victoria McLeod Skahal. But I think his 2 best comps that he has are probably Elena Lucio Naya, excuse me, and Skahal Cloud Naya. I probably expect to see one of those 2 come out from Cop here. But let's go and see how it ends up playing out. All right, guys, matchup number 4, game 1. We've got Sandrooster versus Cop here. A couple of favorites here for the Rundall division. I do apologize. Coppola accidentally did not record audio on this footage, so I might throw something in the background. We'll see what happens. But hovering the Lucio and hovering the Engelbert. So Cop is going to run that Lucio, Starlight Elena, and Naya comp. And Sandrooster, expecting to maybe see some lightning, is going to run Queen Mashri, Murmur, and Engelbert. Starlight Elena going to get her courage online right away and move forward. What is Queen Mashri going to do? She's going to walk up, immediately go Queen's Gambit, limit break right out of the gate. Does she hit, and how much damage does she do? She does hit 63-64. That's pretty solid right out of the start. So what's Cop going to do? He is a person who likes to use Keen Blade quite a bit, but on this mat, Lucio's in range right away. He just goes straight forward, scintillating Eclipse. And Naya, I imagine, is going to go for the Kiraga. Can Murmur get down damage and pop the Courage before the heal goes? No, she's going to channel herself. I imagine this is probably some sort of heal also. So Kiraga Benevolent going to come out from Naya, get the CT up on the entire team. Starlight Elena, fortunately for Sandrooster, is in range of the tank now, so she won't just immediately kill Queen Mashri. Murmur's going to heal herself, so we're kind of back to an even playing field. Lucio, like I said, running that Keen Blade. Cop just loves using this TMR. It's very, very strong. I can't blame him. I used it as well for my matches. And what's Naya going to do? She's going to charge. I imagine this is probably a Reflect. Queen Mashri, crucially, however, does have non-reflectable spells. So Sandrooster, did he turn off the reflectable spells? Drain Strike is one of those. Pops the Courage immediately. Gets the counterattack. Royal Reprehension. Lucio, good damage though. Murmur's going to go next. Again, is she going to heal or is she going to Jamming Thrust? I think Jamming Thrust is probably the play here if she's accurate enough, but instead she's going to go for the heal. Is Queen Mashri going to live this? That's the biggest question. Because Engelbert will hang on with Courage no matter what. She's not going to. Did she get a re-raise off? I don't think she did. She immediately went into the fight for damage. Ooh, this is going to look rough for Sandrooster. The main DPS on the team is now down, and Naya is going to be able to just sit in the back and heal for free. Engelbert's going to have to take out Elena right now for this to work. And he misses. He hits the Lucio, but doesn't take out Elena. I think it probably would have been extremely difficult for him to get this W anyway, but now with Elena at full health, you have to imagine this fight is probably over. Unavailable Pain comes out. It's a 3v1, and Murmur is not long for this world. Cops, Lucio is about to come in and smack her up next turn. And Naya, what do you got? Do you want to join the fight and get some damage in yourself? She's just going to walk away from it, be a total pessimist or pacifist, excuse me, and just go away from everybody else. Murmur is going to channel her super mega ultra ability that'll kill both of them, but she doesn't get it off in time, unfortunately. Sandrooster does end up losing game 1. However, it's a best of 3, so he's always got a chance to come back. Let's go ahead and get into match 2 and see if he has any sort of response for Cop's light team. All right, matchup number 2 here. We've got the same units basically showing, or well, technically not, because Lucio was showing for Cop last time, but he is hovering the Starlight Elena and still showing Engelbert for Sandrooster. So looks like he is going to run the exact same team. Both of them are going to. So Sandrooster says, hey, this team can work, but I've got to get the initial placement right. Let's see if he changes it up. So first things first, Cop is back in the corner. He wants to get his buff rotation off online as well. Even though he won last time, it looks like he wants more time to set up. And I think Sandrooster's probably going to appreciate that as well. It looks like Mashri's probably going to get her own re-raise off, which can be pretty huge for her. So yeah, she goes Spirit of Horn, re-raise, CT up after she comes back. And Elena's going to get the zombie transformation. She's going to have courage. She's going to have re-raise. She's going to be extremely hard to kill with a Naya healing in the back. So Engelbert's going to get his hate up. That is interesting. Did he not move? Am I crazy? I don't think he moved, right? He just buffed and he didn't move. That is very strange. I don't think I've ever seen Engelbert do that. Am I crazy? I thought I just saw that. I'm not sure what would cause that to happen. Oh my god. She just disabled herself off of that reflect. That Naya reflect just reflected disable back onto herself. I didn't even know that worked like that because it's not a damaging spell. That is incredibly unfortunate for Sandrooster. Mashri is basically useless for the rest of this fight. Starlight Elena is going to come in with the limit break, get some good AoE damage down. Murmur, you're going to have to do something here. This is going to be so hard for Sandrooster. So Lucio, what does he have in the bag? Honestly, if he takes out Mashri, that might be better because she won't have disable after she comes back. Yeah, she's going to come back. She won't be disabled. She might be able to get a big AoE on these two units right here. If she can, that is Sandrooster's only hope to winning this fight. And yeah, Engelbert's just going to go zombie transformation. So he physically cannot hit either one of these units. I suppose that's probably why he didn't move last time, just because he was unable to hit anybody, so he's not going to walk towards them. Still, I've never seen, I don't think I've seen Engelbert do that. A big, big damage coming out from Mashri. Murmur, can you kill somebody or are you going to go for the heal? She's going to go for the heal again. I'm pretty sure this is Kira. Earth-Rending Pain comes out. It's not an AoE. Does Lucio have an AoE to take out Mashri or does she get to hit again? Morello Reprehension hits first but doesn't do enough. Radiant Nova, AoE is going to take out Mashri. And again, this is looking like another W for Cop. And Naya's probably just going to heal him up to full to reassure this fight here. Yep, Immortal Conviction. Engelbert is probably going to try and stall this fight out as long as he possibly can. But I don't think they're going to have a chance at winning this. So this would be a good time to tell everybody, if you're watching this, I really, really do appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching this series. I really, really enjoy doing this. I'm excited for season 2, like super excited, more than I was for season 1 even. I just love the fact that more people are interested in it. More people want to participate and all that good stuff. I think it'll just be a really, really great time. So as we slowly watch Sandrooster's team bleed out, this is so sad to watch. Engelbert's going to try and hang on for as long as he possibly can, but he physically cannot do damage to the other team. Will Naya get a kill? Can she walk forward and hit her with a staff? She has 4 movement. Oh, she didn't. She's channeling some sort of buff. Unless he has bowtie on Naya, Naya has 4 movement and could have actually gotten range. Oh, she goes for the holy. Naya's going to get a kill on the Engelbert. She says, hey, I've done enough healing. Nope, she doesn't get the kill. He's got re-raise. She doesn't get a kill for the stat sheet. So sorry, Naya. Crescentic Break. Lucio's going to do it. He still can't kill him. And this fight is one of the longest fights possible that you know what the outcome is going to be. This is painful to watch. It's just literally like watching 3 people just smack a brick wall over and over and over again. Like the brick wall can't hit you back, but you're just punching it. Eventually your hand gets tired. I don't know, man. I don't even know what that analogy is, but I literally don't have anything else to compare this fight to. This fight is absolutely ridiculous. Retribution Drain going to go. So he can hit Lucio. He apparently can't hit Elena, but he can hit Lucio. Can Naya get the kill? Nope. 3,400, not going to be enough. Does he still have hate? He does not. Or he does. Dark Odin's going to hit both of them. And the poison. The poison doesn't matter, but Elena finally gets the kill on Engelbert, which means they will probably quickly dispose of Murmur unless she can get a somehow miraculous triple kill. Just for the memes, Naya says, you know what? Here's a magic reflex for you. And who will pick up the final kill of this series? It's going to be Lucio with the Scintillating Eclipse. And man, oh man, if Mashri didn't get picked off early, I think Sandrooster potentially could have won that game because Engelbert lasted forever. It was ridiculous. But GG to Cop, brand new player to our league, but not brand new to the PvP scene. He's very well known around the PvP area. He's a great player. He's got a great team. I expect him to get a lot of wins this season. Hopefully not next week, though, because I play against him. So we'll see how that goes. That being said, we have one final match of our Rundall division, and let's go ahead and get into that one. All right, guys, the final match of our week 1 of the Rundall division features 2 of our brand new players, King Delita versus Mr. Aloha. On King Delita's side, we've got possibly the best unit in the game in Flagbearer Glaciella, and on Mr. Aloha's team, one of the best units in Velis. We'll see if he actually busts him out. I've heard that his Velis hits different. He is more of a supportive unit, but I'd love to see him go offensive with it. A lot of cool units on these teams. Love seeing Agris, love seeing Barrett. Winter Mashri, a really cool pick. Varouche. A lot of new units that we didn't see last season. So I'm hoping to eventually see some of these. Whether it's this week or not, I'm not entirely sure. But I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just go ahead and get into this last series of matches. And let's hope for 3 games, because we haven't had any 3-game series up to this point. So fingers crossed, let's get into it. All right, guys, game number 1 of our final series. Which Glaciella is better is the question. We've got regular Glaciella Wazette on Mr. Aloha's side versus Glaciella Flagbearer on King Delita's side. Obviously, Flagbearer probably a little stronger of a unit, but a higher cost. So let's see what kind of teams they throw together here. We've got Glaciella, Celis Valade, so DPS tank support, versus Glaciella Flagbearer, King Mont, and Vadim. So Vadim or Vadim, I haven't seen him literally ever. So I'm excited to see what this guy can do. But he does have that tank to try and take aggro in King Mont and the major DPS of Flagbearer Glaciella. So what is he going to do here? He's going to pop bells actually immediately on King Mont. I'm curious if he has his proclamation buff on, if he's going to go with that second, or if he has that turned off. I think it is pretty important to get hate up on Mont, at least in this situation. He's going to go Boon of the Lion. So he gets the AoE attack resist up. Very nice party buff. And Valade's going to charge something. It's going to go with the Bar Blizzard. That just has an absolute ton of range. Gives a bunch of really nice stat ups. Agility up, attack up, magic up. Also, the wind resistance could be pretty helpful against Flagbearer Glaciella here. She's going to get her own re-raise online, so she will not be dead if she dies one time. And that is the buff I was talking about before. King Mont's going to get his hate up, which should be pretty crucial here. Jamming Thrust, decent damage coming out from Mr. Aloha's tank here. Sleepweaver not doing a lot. I don't know enough about that. I'm assuming that skill has a chance to sleep. I don't know if Celis has sleep resistance. She might, because she is able to sleep other people, so she might have sleep resistance of her own. Armor Piercer, that was actually tanked very well by Vadim. Obviously, he has the elemental advantage, but that was only 1800. That's not bad at all. Speaking of tanked well, Glaciela's a beast, but that only did, what, 1200? King Mont going to go with the limit break. This could be pretty big. I imagine it won't do a ton of damage, but if you can berserk the tank so Celis can't really do anything else to help out, that could be important. Yeah, because at this point, she's just an auto attack bot. 241 damage is not going to do it. Can they slowly chain down this Celis? And fortunately here for Mr. Aloha, King Mont is out of Glaciella's range. So she's only able to hit the other Glaciella, Glaciella Flagbearer. So the second turn of Berserk goes. And she's going to go Fangs of Leonis. You can't disable them already if they're already Berserked. Well, you might be able to, but Shining Conviction, pretty decent damage, 4100. Oh, but the counterattack comes out from Glaciella for 3k. And she auto-attacks her, she's dead. She has re-raise. And this Glaciella's not moving. King Mont has hate, but this Celis is being an absolute, like, superhero here, standing in the way, because Glaciella can't hit Mont without also hitting Celis. So this Celis positioning, which she just ruined for her team just now by moving, that positioning was so good. But now King Mont is probably going to ruin the positioning for his own team because he just moved in right next to his DPS. This was probably perfect for King Delita, but now King Mont moved. Both tanks basically saying, screw my DPS. And now she's going to Surefire Burst. She's going to take her out. Oh my goodness. Regular Glaciella putting on an absolute show. I find this hilarious that both tanks basically did their best to get their DPS killed by their movement. I find that very funny for some reason. Celis is going to sit there. She is disabled. She can't do a damn thing. But Glaciella says, hey, I don't need no dang help. I'll take out all three of you guys. Unless Valade comes up and sneaks in, gets the kill. No, he's just going to heal up his tank here. And King Mont, what do you got for us? Goes Fangs of Leonis. King Delita does get a kill on the board with the King Mont. Will take out Valade, but you have to imagine Glaciella is going to finish the job here. And a match 1 victory for Mr. Aloha. Regular Glaciella was at putting an absolute show. I'm curious to see if King Delita changes up his comp or if it's just the positioning that needs to change. Honestly, like King Mont had hate and just like wasn't taking hits. The positioning just kind of screwed him over, unfortunately. So I'm curious to see what he adjusts here in match 2, and hopefully we get a match 3. All right, matchup number 2. Hopefully not our final match of the day. Hopefully we get one more after this. I did see an Agrius there on the home screen. And so what else are we going to see? Agrius, Varouche, Fina from King Delita versus Velis, Glaciella, Valade. So I did say before I wanted to see the Velis because this was Turambar's first overall pick last season, and we only saw Velis one time in the entire season. I expect to see him more on Mr. Aloha's team. I know he's going to use him. So King Delita is going to get regen on the whole party. And I imagine this is a haste channeled by Velis. Going to get the whole team super speedy. Glaciella going to have no AP problems for the whole fight. And my question here is, without the tank of Celis, can Glaciella Wazette put in the same work she did last time? Because last time it was important that she wasn't taking damage. So she's going to go Ward Maiden's Pride. This is one of the best buffs in the game. It might be the best single target buff in the entire game. It does like 5 different things. It's really, really great. Agrius is going to go Saintly Wall, so she gets that physical shield online. And can Fina reach Glaciella? She's got decent range. She cannot. So Mr. Aloha's team is all speedy right now. Glaciella is separating pretty hard, though. And Valade's going to go Sweet Support. So not only are they hasted, but they all also have their agility boosted. Excuse me. So this is a very fast team. Going to pop the Fury Surge, which is Garvel's TMR. So Velis is going to hit like a truck if he reaches somebody. Leap Strike, a lot of damage, but crucially does not kill Fina. Does Fina go for damage or does she go for superior healing? I imagine she's going to go for the heal here. She is channeling a spell, which makes me think she's going to heal the party. But Glaciella is all by herself right now. Unless she can 3v1, I do not think this is good for Mr. Aloha. The Protect remove could be big. But that haste is pretty big. Fina's going to heal here. If they can't one-shot Glaciella, she's going to get a big AoE off. This will be really interesting. Bamboo Splitter, 4809. Not enough damage. What can you do, Glaciella, to all three of these? Surefire Boost, Burst. Oh my goodness. Glaciella Wazette says, hey, there might be 2 other versions of me, but I'm the best one in the game. And let me tell you, she one-shots Fina and Varouche, and it is now a 3v1, and Valade and Velis are just literally just playing patty cake in the background. They don't give a shit. They just say, hey, Glaciella, go 1v3 for us. We'll just be over here. And she hangs on, gets the counterattack. Is Glaciella legitimately going to 1v3 this fight while these two do absolutely nothing? I mean, to be fair, Velis sped her up. But Glaciella is just putting on a show. This is actually unbelievable. Tell me you can kill her. 1104. All right, Glaciella cannot 1v3 all by herself if she is given a haste, apparently. But it is darn close, and Velis says, all right, I will finally come to the fight. I'm going to pop Eternal Frost. I'm going to get this kill and the victory, and congratulations to Mr. Aloha. That is one of the best showings that I've seen from Glaciella Wazette ever. Very, very impressive performance. Unfortunately, we didn't get any 3-game series this week for the Rundall division. Hopefully tomorrow for the Heinler we get some, because we did not get any here. But let's go ahead and check out the standings for the end of this week. All right, guys. So for the end of week 1 of the Rundall division standings, there's not much to break down here. We've got a 5-way tie for first and a 5-way tie for last, basically. So we've got AllSmokedUp and the Gumi Gods, Mr. Aloha with Pineapple Pizza, Cop and the Gnostics, MaechenX and the Shoopufs, and me and the Demon Detectives. We all got 2-0 wins, which means everybody else who lost is all tied for 6th or 10th, depending on how you term it. So not much to break down here in the standings. It's only 1 week in, though. There were multiple teams last season who lost week 1 and made the playoffs. So you never know what's going to happen. This is very, very early in the season. There's plenty of time to put in some work. But I'm excited to see where this season goes. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Tomorrow will be the Unhindered division week 1. So there will be 5 new sets of matches tomorrow. So I'm really excited to show you guys those as well. And just so you guys know, I am going to be tracking stats such as kills and assists and things like that throughout the week. I did not get the graphics created just yet. I'm hoping that I will have them all ready for the video for tomorrow, the Unhindered division. And if so, I will throw the Rundall kill leader stuff in that video if I get it in time. If not, I promise I will have everything 100% fully ready to go for week 2, and I'll show the week 1 stat leaders at the beginning of week 2. So I'm not giving up on that. I just don't have that stuff ready, unfortunately, yet. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was an absolute blast. I hope I don't lose my voice by the time tomorrow's video ends. I have like a really bad cold right now. So I'm not gonna lie, it's a little hard. My voice like feels like it's in pain right now. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this. It's been a blast. I'm pumped about season 2 of the WDL. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you next time.